Are you somebody who loves a deadline? Do you have that habit of leaving things until the last minute because you actually need that urgency of a deadline to help you get things done? Or are you somebody who really hates to feel rushed and unprepared, and that urgent deadlines actually just make you feel really uncomfortable? Or is it possible there's a happy medium in there somewhere? Now, deadlines and urgency often feel like the right thing to do to create that element of urgency and accountability and that assistance to just crack on and get things done. And we see and hear so much stuff about things like done is better than perfect and all the hoo-ha about taking massive action and just getting things done and not being a perfectionist, not getting into the analysis paralysis and all that kind of stuff. But this may come as a surprise, and it might sound like the complete contradiction with everything I do as a business coach, that sometimes slowing down is the best thing that you can do. Deadlines and constant urgency are not always the right answer. And the crucial thing here is actually understanding what really works for you, because there are plenty of people who just don't get off their arse until they've got a deadline, unless there is urgency or maybe a consequence or an imminent issue. Some people just do not get off the backside and get things done. But for others, that idea of imminent deadlines and feeling rushed all the time just actually feels overwhelming and uncomfortable. So the most important thing here is actually understanding your own motivation. Do you need to set yourself more deadlines because actually you need to get a bit more focused and be a little bit more diligent? Or do you find yourself sometimes rushing into things because you feel like you're just supposed to crack on, but then regretting it because you just feel like you haven't done it properly? So not every situation also has the same need for a deadline or urgency. It's a really good thing to get into the habit of looking at each piece of work or each task and asking yourself, what's the most important thing here? Is it urgency and timescales, or is it quality and doing things thoroughly? And it's perfectly okay to have some things on your action plan that need to be done slowly and meticulously and really done thoroughly, and to have other things where perfection is not the most important thing, and actually these things are just going to hang around and cause you a headache or just be an obstruction, so you just need to crack on and get things done. It's quite an interesting balance to work out which is which, but the more time that you can spend analysing your tasks and understanding your own best approach to work and how to carve out your own best creativity, this is how that you can then use deadlines or proper planning to really help you with all of this stuff. And the other crucial thing I want to add just in here is you can never in all of this ignore your instinct, ignore that deep gut instinct that you get. So if you're doing something like creating a new product or launching a new lead magnet because you want more people on your email list, for instance, if you end up committing to some really fast deadlines, cracking on and getting it done, but actually being quite unhappy with it and really not feeling it's very good quality or it's not going to deliver the value that you want, you simply won't sell it. Yes, you can crack this out and say done is better than perfect, but if you don't believe in it, if you don't believe in the value that it delivers or the quality that it's going to be, you simply won't sell it. So at times like that, you need to really understand what do I need to do to absolutely believe in this thing I am creating so I can go out there and confidently sell it. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes you're going to just feel naturally nervous about things like this anyway, and your instinct is to hold back because you want to stay in your comfort zone. So this is far from a black and white topic, but recognise those moments where you need to just push yourself a little bit harder and commit to a deadline. Recognise the moments where you are not going to commit to a piece of work or to promoting something if you're not happy with the absolute quality of it. And also recognise those moments where what feels like a real kind of aversion to something is actually just you trying to sit in your comfort zone, and you just need to nudge yourself on a little bit. So not black and white, bit more complicated than it sounds, but if you can get to grips with this and really understand how to use deadlines, when to slow down in order to do things thoroughly, this will make a massive difference to you achieving things and implementing your growth plan. If you need help with your growth plan, get in touch with me at taylorie.co.uk.